SoCalQOL. It is the happiest, my lovely manly humps. We are going to be talking about the straw that broke the wellness back. Kind of like with a camel hump, Wednesday, wellness. Terrible. Anyways, this should be a really short podcast. Not only because it's late in the day and I should have uploaded this morning. It is just a simple thought that I thought I'd share with you guys because as I'm living this wellness life and I'm going through the motions, and as you document going through the motions, you one need to physically document things. So be purposeful when it comes to turning the camera on, recording things, just being aware of the opportunities in that regard. But also, you need to be honest. You need to be frank. You need to be blunt because we're not sugarcoating anything. We're not trying to flex here. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm something I'm not. And I'm not pretending like I've got it all figured out, and neither does SoCalQOL. That's not the type of business we are in. We are in the business of sharing information, helping you and motivate. I believe, and what I mean by there, I think in everyone's wellness and the different categories of wellness that could really just derail you, that could really just set you in motion to have a really shitty day, a really bad diet, be super unmotivated, maybe make you feel depressed, maybe put you in a financial burden. Just like I said, it just derails you and it really does kind of have you fall through the floor, so to speak. So for me, what I'm realizing is that sleep for me is that straw. When I don't get the time I need, what happens is all of a sudden I start trying to get that energy, get that recharge from something else other than sleep. And there's really no substitute, obviously, that for sleep. It's not like a part of your diet. It's not like, making a couple bucks. It's not like that type of energy. It's literally the type of energy where your brain shuts off for a bit. I haven't done any research on REM cycles, but I know that has obviously tons of benefits to, your mental health, but then your physical health. You're letting your body recharge, let it rest for a bit. And I know everyone's sleep schedule is different, so I'm not here to brag or boast or promote any other type of sleep other than the sleep that you need. You need to know how much sleep you need, and then you need to know how you're going to get that sleep, when you're going to start it, when you're going to end it, or when you're going to get those different parts of your day that are dedicated to sleep. So obviously, I think you guys know that I've been trying to enter into this modified biphasic sleep schedule. So where I sleep a certain amount of hours at night, and then sometime in the day, I take a power nap of some sort. And what I've come to realize is that when I do force myself to stay in that type of routine, if I don't get that nap, if I don't get that other type of sleep during the day, it just, yeah, like I said, it totally derails me. My brain starts going in almost like a survival mode, to where by the time it's now time to go to sleep, regular sleep, like midnight, I can't go to sleep. It's freaking weird. I don't understand it. It's like you would think that the lack of sleep would cause you to get more sleep later or be able to go to sleep quicker. That's not the case with me. And now I'm realizing that. And when I think back to before, my primal blueprint lifestyle and, having a good diet and all that stuff, the way I would go to sleep would be 2 or 3 in the morning. I would go have some cereal, or I would get some ice cream, or I would basically eat some carbs, because the carbs would kind of like, get me into this little food coma, and then I would pass out. And so that's what I'm running into now, and it's now happened twice this year, and it's super annoying, and it literally derails the next day. The next day I wake up and I'm like, well, I've already screwed up, my diet in the past, 24 hours or since midnight of last night, which I technically consider, you know, the current day. And long story short is I just start eating crap. I'm like already, I'm not like even like hungry. I just know that because I've already kind of stepped into this carb mode, that it just makes sense to me for some reason. My body says to my brain, oh yeah, you should eat more carbs. And I'll be like, hey honey, let's go grab some early, breakfast. And our breakfast is usually 1 or 2 in the afternoon. But when we wake up and we're just like, you know what, yeah, let's go get some pancakes, or let's go, go to Original Pancake House or Denny's, or go through the McDonald's drive-through, and we're like, we can handle the carbs for this morning. And it's crazy. It's just crazy to me that that little shift in my routine, in my wellness, could cause that to happen. And the flip side of that, you don't need to like embrace it like I'm talking about, because it's stupid. I don't need to do that. I don't need to be like, oh yeah, let's go get some pancakes. Like, I don't need to do that. I know I don't need to do that. I know better. I know better. But the other thing too is I'm not going to kill myself or put myself into a position where I'm like, it's either all or nothing. Like, that's just not how wellness works. Wellness is not an all or nothing game. And all I'm getting at is I don't want you guys to stress about having those vulnerabilities and not being able to keep up with your routine, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and you do need to accept it in a lot of ways. And it doesn't mean you should like indulge like crazy, even though I have. But at the same time, if you do indulge, don't feel terrible about it. Don't feel like it's the end of the world. Because literally that night, I'm sure you'll feel guilty enough to be at like, okay, I need to chill out. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to get back to my routine. And then you're good, and then you'll cruise along for a week, and it might happen again, or you cruise along for a couple weeks or a month, and it might happen again. It's normal. These things are normal. So yeah. So one, if you do figure out what that straw is for your wellness back, be aware of it, be sensitive to it, and make sure you figure out how to stay away from it not happening. So make sure, like for me, I get enough sleep, however that is. Then two, if it does happen and you don't necessarily have the, not the willpower, but you don't have the capability of kind of redirecting your path, and you kind of just you need yeah you really just need to accept what's happening and push through. And whatever that means, if it means indulging and just going with it, and just being like, you know what, I'm going to use this day to be productive in a different way, like, yeah, like I think if we're all feeling shitty and we have a bad diet and we can't work out and we're just not motivated to do our normal routine, but all of a sudden you get this weird energy to go like clean out your garage or clean your house or wash your car, go run all these errands that you have been putting off, or whatever it is, like embrace something else. And then, yeah, number three is, just don't beat yourself up, and know that it's totally gonna happen. It's understandable, and yeah, it's something we all deal with, and we're all going to deal with for a very very long time. And yeah, so that's what I got for today. Hope that everyone's having a good week, and the rest of the week is going to be even better. But let's all be honest with ourselves, our wellness, understand that we're not perfect, and just keep pushing on. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. Always feel like you can email us, comment on posts, reply. Yeah, if you need to text us, give us a call, do that as well. And yeah, we love you guys, and we'll talk to you next time. See you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ah!